There's no shortage of ravenous revellers, but are they ready for rabbit?
The whole point is to try and convince people of how good it is and that we're missing a trick here, and it could all go horribly wrong, couldn't it, really?
With the whiff of fried meat on the cold air, he's certainly drawing some interest from the night birds.
There you are. Pass me a southern fried rabbit leg.
Well, the rabbit's certainly getting a road test, but is it a runner?
Who's next? You like it? You don't have a problem about eating a fluffy bunny?
If it was a fluffy one, not a wild rabbit. You know, they're quite cute, but actually it's really good.
This is excellent.
That's genius. All the rabbit is now sold out.
If you want to try this versatile, tasty and healthy meat, go to your local butcher's or farmer's market.
Tonight, amazing things have happened. We've sold all of the rabbit, and we've converted people who've never eaten rabbit before. I think that's the way you do it. I'm really chuffed, really pleased.
My festive thank you party for all the staff at the canteen is just around the corner. Taking centre stage will be slow roast brisket and rare sirloin, preceded by canapes of biltong and pastrami.
Lovely Clovelly herrings, silver darlings!
So a fishy starter's definitely in order, and my day at the Clovelly Herring Festival has inspired me. And what I want to do is make pretty much a classic Scandinavian roll mop, but with a few little twists. I'm going to use plenty of bay leaves, that's pretty normal. Some orange zest, which is unusual but works really well with herring. And I'm going to use my favourite cider vinegar. But before I mix up that pickling marinade, the herring fillets have to go into a strong brine for a couple of hours. This is a cold water brine, and the 350 grams of salt should dissolve easily in 3 litres of water. And you know the job's done if the water's pretty much gone clear. These herring fillets would sink in plain fresh water, but because the water's really salty, they float. And that's great because it means I can turn them over every half an hour or so without having to heave them up from the bottom and risk bruising them. And while the herring fillets brine, I can get on with my cure. Starting with 3 bottles of cider vinegar, a kilo of sliced onions, and 200 grams of soft brown sugar. Along with the bay leaves and orange zest, add a handful of black peppercorns and allspice berries. Bring the mixture to the boil, and don't forget to turn your herrings once in a while. If I wanted to store my roll mops for weeks or even months, I'd keep this marinade as concentrated as it is. But because I'm going to serve these in just a few days, I don't need to pickle them as harshly. I'm going for a lighter, sweeter cure. And so I'm going to add some cider, 1.5 litres, and a little bit of water. After a couple of hours, the herring fillets are brined, the pickling liquor is cool, and I can roll my mops. I'm drying off any excess brine as I don't need more salt in the cure. I'm rolling from the tail to the head, which is the most obliging way, but they are quite slippery little things. They take a bit of wrestling. And once you've got them rolled, straight away you want to get that cocktail stick and spear, and in we go. Stay in there, you naughty tail. In we go. Once the jar is full, ladle over the cure. You know what? If somebody gave me a jar of this for Christmas, I would be thrilled to bits. Meanwhile, Ray's been trimming out the hard fat and ribs to prepare a juicy joint of rolled brisket.
How's that?
Perfect for long, slow roasting. Coming up, our brisket gets top billing at the party, alongside the sirloin, served rare as we dare.
It's just melting under the knife.
It's a busy time for the canteen, and the hard-working front-of-house staff and Tim's kitchen team are bracing themselves for the festive onslaught. So before they're completely run off their feet, I think it's only right that they're properly thanked for their year's hard work. The plan is to give them the ultimate roast beef with all the trimmings. It's been over 6 weeks since my steer went to slaughter, and during that time the beef has been maturing and getting better and better. I reckon it's pretty much at its peak now. Here's my beautiful piece of brisket, and this is a lovely rolled sirloin. It's the brisket I've got to get to grips with right away, because that's got to go into a low oven for long, slow cooking for 6 or 7 hours. The sirloin I'll be serving as rare as I dare, so I don't have to worry about that for a while. I'm using 2 simple, powerful flavourings with my brisket, garlic and thyme, and plenty of both. Festooned with these sprigs of lovely fresh thyme, it's already starting to look quite festive. Roughly slice the garlic and slot it in anywhere you can find a gap. Just a little massage of oil, the real purpose of which is to help the salt and pepper that I'm about to put on it stick evenly to the surface of the meat. Little drum roll for the onions there. A bit more garlic and thyme. Right, mustn't forget this. I'm going straight up to the canteen to get this one in the oven. With Tim guest of honour at the feast, it's fallen to Gil and I to annex his kitchen for an afternoon of prep. Should we have a look at this brisket then?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's get them out. It's been quietly roasting for 6 hours now, with the odd basting to keep the meat moist.
Good.
Quite something, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a fantastic joint.
Another hour should finish it. Time to roast and rest the sirloin, which we're serving super rare. 45 minutes and a half-hour rest?
Half an hour in the oven and half-hour rest.
You want as rare as that?
Well, let's compromise. 35 minutes.
37 and a half minutes. Brisket is full of beefy flavour and only a third of the price of the prime roasting joint, sirloin.
Sometimes people think, oh, the brisket, you know, it's maybe not as exciting, but it is.
I think so.
It's got such a depth of character.
Yeah. If I could only taste one tonight, it would be the brisket.
Well, it'd be the same for me. I'd go the brisket all the time.
Blanching the greens.
Yeah.
Just to get ahead of the game. Quick flash in the hot water, chill, and then when you're ready to serve, just warm them up in a pan with a little bit of butter. And
it takes all the stress out of cooking.
For Christmas and all that, when you're just going a bit bonkers at home.
Yeah.
Not just a chef's trick, it's a home trick. And here's another tip. I've preheated a mix of beef fat and sunflower oil in a saucepan to get my roast taters off to a sizzling start. Just as well as our guests are already starting to arrive.
Evening.
Get out! You're here to enjoy yourself.
How can I have fun when I'm worried about you destroying my baby?
And we're here to hide all your equipment.
Well, I want it all back shiny and exactly the right.
You're not going to find anything in the same place as where you left it.
Personally, I have every faith in Gil.
Now get out, go and get yourself a drink, go! The first little taste of beef this evening is going to come from a biltong canapé. Ah, Stephen and John, just what I wanted to see. I've got some canapés for you to take out.
We try it.
Can I just say something? You're talking to us as if we're here to work.
Yes, I don't want any of them doing any work, so it's all down to us to look after them, okay?
Do I get a little penny and things?
Yes,
I need a...
Oh no, why did you say that?
You're going to be the clumsy waiter, and you're going to be the dumb waiter.
Really? Fantastic.
For an extra bit of panache, you might like to hang one of those over your arm. Bit of biltong. In Steve and John, I may have a reluctant pair of waiters of questionable competence, but at least the canteen staff get a proper night off.
What do you think?
It's lovely.
Yeah? That's your third.
It's so good.
It's research. You've got to know what you're taking out. Very good.
The first dish of the feast is our cider bay and orange-cured roll mop herrings, served with a creamy but crunchy celeriac Waldorf salad.
I quite like this novel, serving the dishes up at the table.
Isn't it good though?
I think it's exquisite. Absolutely top drawer. So nice.
With a full double roast to serve up, we've got no time to sit around.
Who takes our plates away? I'm never doing this again.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Did we get one?
Hello?
Is that mine?
We've been at it all day, boys.
It seems the natives are getting restless while the waiters are getting squiffy.
Well, I mean, you know, it's half an hour since we had our starter.
Apparently, you can't work the microwave.
You know, I mean, I don't want to rush anyone, but it's been quite a while. Right.
Hey.
Isn't it extraordinary that something cooked for 40 minutes and something cooked for 6 hours, they both completely melt in the mouth?
The flavours are amazing, but it's really nice. Just having dinner cooked for me is a wonderful thing.
These roasties are spot on.
Absolutely glorious. Really, really nice. Lovely.
Fantastic. For me, the brisket is a revelation.
If you want to know more about any of the recipes or stories in this show, visit our website www.channel4.com/food.
Hugh, I'm sure you think we've finished, but actually there's one last duty you have to perform this evening. Polishing off the washing up, so
Cheers.
you should get over there.
Gosh, a brand new pair. See you later. Cheers. Without a doubt, the Christmas season is one of the most glorious times of the year. A time of celebrations, parties, families and friends. But it's also a time to take stock of the last 12 months. As the winter weather closes in, we can look back on a spring, summer and autumn where we took what was good in the garden, filled our bellies and our spirits with the very best of the seasons. I reckon that's a pretty good recipe, and I'm looking forward to trying it again next year.
And indeed, River Cottage will return with a new series next year, but sooner than that, there's the River Cottage Heroes special on December the 22nd. Next tonight, the final royal crisis just 4 years ago. Diana Quick is the Queen.